Hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Pater with you today. I'm so excited to finally get to share this with you. We finally completed this project and the rain has all moved out. We're expecting to have a beautiful week this week. We are adding a lot of cattle panels to our gardening. A lot of cattle panels to our gardening area. If you are very serious about gardening and homesteading, I will tell you that there are certain things and times that you should invest in. And I'm going to tell you right now, proper management of certain plants that are important to you in your garden is certainly something important to invest in. This has been something that we've kind of rolled with, and I really think this method is going to work very well for us. You know that when tomato plants get really big, and that is an issue here. The soil up here, we're in our lasagna garden area, which I am now transforming to a full back to Eden style garden area. Anything that we plant in here just grows so fast, so abundantly. We've shown you multiple videos of that. The tomatoes, even with my separation and my pruning and my clipping and taking off the suckers and tying, all the things that we do, I'm telling you, they get so huge. The plants get so big. So I decided to go with cattle panels this year. So I already had it set in my mind. The main thing was to figure out how many plants are we going to have this year. I'm going with about 40. I did 106 2 years ago. We did about 65 last year. I have found for me right now with homesteading, somewhere between 40 and 60 tomato plants is very manageable for me, with everything else that we do in terms of care and time, because tomatoes need attention. Tomato plants need attention. You don't just put them out there. They have to be, in my opinion, they have to have proper separation. I like 4 feet. I like my plants to be 4 feet apart every which way they go. That's to keep down blight, okay? Proper mulching, proper clipping, proper pruning, keeping these suckers down. You might want to have a few depending on how you're growing them. You want to have great fertilizer going with them. And if you see problems, you've got to manage them, okay? And you got to keep them up off the ground. Well, we have some issues. Number one, like I said, the plants get so big. And number two, wind. Being up here is not like being 100 yards falling off the bluff into the Tennessee Valley. We have a lot of wind up here. So you can have the best intentions of cages, but you hit a storm or two and that's the end of it. So let me show you what we've done. Cattle panels. Add them to your life. Trellis with them, trellis cucumbers with them. You can add them to your beans. Guys, they have just a plethora of applications in your garden and on your homestead. It's an important and great investment. So if you don't have any, maybe add a few. So let me show you what we do. Before I do that, I'm going to talk about them, but I wanted to show you again. I showed this on another video or two, these clips. This is how I do not like to large trellis tomatoes, period. I've done the Florida weave, I've done this, just the straight stringing weave through each individual staking. My plants get so big and a windstorm can just knock me flat, okay? Not doing it. So I really like individually paying attention to each plant. Does that make sense? Individually catering to what that plant needs in terms of its trellising. That's my preference. May not work for you, or other things work better. And here comes the cat. But I got these are tomato or trellis clips. I've shown them in another video. I am loving these things. They're on my blackberries. They're on my peppers. I'm adding them now to my tomatoes. I'm telling you, I got a huge bag for $17. Again, they are reusable. You snap them together, and then you just unsnap them again. So reusable in so many applications. Another thing that I do is I individually water my plants. That's why a number between, say, 40 and 60 is very manageable for us. I've shown you my water picks that I've gotten from Gardener's Supply, and you cut off the top of an old 2-liter. I'm recycling these for like 3 years now. Put a little sand in them, and the plant decides how much water and when it needs the water. So water management is decided by the root system of the plant, not by me, who can guess wrong a lot of times. So let's show you the cattle panels, some of the other things you're going to see us adding, because we've really got this rocking and rolling now. So let's take a look. All right, Mr. Peaches, show us what we got. All right, guys, so we have these cattle panels, okay? And cattle panels, when you buy them, they are 16 feet long, okay? So because I'm conservative with how I plant my tomatoes, that's gonna have 4 tomato plants on each one. Now, some of y'all may place more than that. Some of you may plant some alternating sides. That's groovy. If that works for you, do it. And I may change it up. I may get a little bold in the next year or two and try it. But I have found, for me, having a little bit of fewer plants with more space provides healthier plants and better fruit. And you're not going crazy trying to keep up with all this come August 1st, because I'm telling you, it's crazy. Mr. Peaches, that's a private thing. Don't do that right now. So here's what we did. We got the cattle panels. I did not get hog panels. Understand the difference. These are not hog panels. These are cattle panels. They are taller than your hog panels. A lot of people think they're the same. They are not. You will see at the bottom that the paneling is a little bit like a hog panel, meaning they're closer together, but they are taller, okay? So if you have hog panels, honey, they're going to work for you, but you need height. You need height for these tomatoes, okay? Anything you're trellising, if you can get a little bit more height, that's good. This time, what we did is we bought the 6-foot T-stakes, okay? 6-foot T-stakes instead of the 7, and we placed them in. Actually, we had some. Placed them in. We brought the panel up just a hair, 6 inches up to basically the first prong, and we used zip ties this time, okay? Each one of these I did anywhere from 3 to 4. I actually ended up going to 4. We started with 3 and I ended up going with 4. And right now, as you can see, my tomato plants are clipped up from the bottom. Pinching off these little suckers when they come up right there in between the stem and the branch, and they are just snuggled right on up to the actual cattle panels. As they continue to grow, as they continue to descend up, I will then add my clips. I've had to add just a couple of clips. Now look down here. I need to come in here and I'm going to clip this off, take off any length. I do not want anything touching the ground, okay? But you can see I've already got a little bit of a clip there. So they're starting out, okay? They're really just now starting to get some growth on it. Yes, I did go ahead and add the wood chips. We decided to go ahead and do that because we want a clean garden area. Whether it is grass clippings that work for you or wood chips or whatever method you use. I'm out here in some of my better sandals walking around, and we had 2 days of monsoon rain, okay? So I'm just saying this method is working great. We're continuing to add the fertilizer to, natural fertilizers that we've done, the plant food and everything, and they're just a really great start. Main thing for us is the wind, okay? These things are not coming down. So this is what we are working with it right now. You can use them for tomatoes, you can use them for your green beans, you can use them for your cucumbers. Just an endless array of possibilities with the cattle panels. So you can see I've got 4 nice rows. Now, before I did this, I did want to go ahead and use a few of my stands. I have a lot of these. I've actually just donated them to my peppers. These work really, really well. These are from also Gardener Supply. I'm on my 5th or 6th year using these, and they worked well on my urban homestead, okay? Because we had good success, but I'm telling you, when you get the soil this good, the plants just need a lot of support because they get so big. And like I said, I'm very big into pruning and trimming and keeping down even some of the height. I want good circulation, all of these things with my tomatoes. So we just wanted to show you what we're doing. Grab you some cattle panels. You can get them at your co-op, your Tractor Supply, different places. And when you bend them, they do warp a little bit. As you can see here, we had to bend them to put them into the truck. But don't stress about that. I mean, nothing's coming down. Old Fred came up this morning to check some of this out. He said, I'm going to tell you what, wind's not taking those down. And I said, I hope you're right. I do believe you are. So if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Invest in your garden. invest in your homestead. I'm all for upcycle. I'm all for recycle. I'm all for using what you have. I have a lot of applications where that is applicable and, you know, has worked really great as well. But at the same time, something like this, you invest in it one time, and I'm telling you, you can use it over and over and over again in many different fashions. We'll talk to you soon. Y'all have a great 2016 gardening season. Say goodbye, Mr. Peaches. Poopa. Hey, say goodbye. All right, we'll sign off.